Ask yourself, this is very, very, very simple, huh? Very simple. When somebody says, hey, look at the akasa, space, at least in other country, in English language is a space, children may look at the space. But if you are looking at the akasa, hey, look at the akasa, where shall you look? You shall not look at the space, you shall look at the blue. The blue dome, huh? As though the blue dome, akasa. But that's a blueness, that's an appearance. What is akasa? What is space? Nobody introduces us to the space. Are you getting that? Huh? Exactly the same way. Everybody talks about the thought. In the inner landscape, somebody can introduce you to the thought. But again, to introduce also, talking about thought is not introducing to thought. That is why your contemplation, your meditation, you must observe for yourself. That is why in a so-called guided meditation, it is not to ask them to see some light and stars and all that stuff, but help the person to appreciate every thought, every emotion, every built-up, as well as consciousness that is ever existing. Because both dimensions are there. And everybody is looking for it. And where are they? One is thought, other is parame parardhe. Parasya ardha. Brahmana parasya, brahmanaha ardhasthanam. As though this is same Brahman, the consciousness, in that is which is existing in yourself. A very peculiar statement, they are so subtle and so beautiful. To introduce you to space, where can I take you? You are surrounded by space. Your body is already in space. Where shall I take you? To introduce you to yourself, where shall I lead you? You understand that point? To introduce you to yourself, where shall a teacher lead you? Because the understanding takes place in the mind, as though you have to look from the body to the consciousness. But the same consciousness also surrounds this body, surrounds this universe. Are you getting it? Because the knowledge takes place, Mahadeva, you must see it, okay? Because the thoughts happen in the mind, because thoughts don't happen outside. Object of thoughts are outside. So the vast creation, we call it as sthula, perceived universe, as opposed to sukshma, the subtle, imperceptible thought. But the imperceptible thought is existing in consciousness itself. As much the thoughts exist in consciousness, that much the physical body and the whole creation. So to introduce yourself to yourself, where shall somebody lead you? But as though parardha, para brahmanaha ardha, near the Brahman. In the same mind. Guhahitam, that's what it is. What is that? Guham pravishtu. So he now introduces Guham pravishtu parame parardhe. In this Guha, Buddhi Guhayam, in the Buddhi Guha, in the cave of the intellect. Buddhi Guhayam. Buddhi Guhayam means what? In what is the cave now? There is a cave there between the thought. Before the thought, after the thought, in between the thought. Like already explained to you, Omkar. Before the Akara, Ukara, Makara, after the makara, before the akara, after the makara, in between a uma, all over the same thing. So between a and u is like a cave. Example. Between the thoughts is like a cave. Do you understand? Eh? Please see, please see. We say akasa. Please see, if you don't understand, raise your hand again, write it, I'll explain to you. Very simple. It's like a joke. It must strike you. We say akasa is formless. Okay? We say akasa is formless. Why? This is a form. Let's see. Look at my finger itself. Look at the form. Finger itself you look. This is a form. Then formless. Then form. Then formless. Then form. Then formless. Then form. Right? Suppose there is no form. Shall you call it formless? To make it formless, do you understand? To name it formless, first you must have a concept of form. Suppose there is no form. What shall you call it? What less? This is what it is. What it is? Nameless. If there is a name, then only name less. Suppose there is no name. So what is this guha? You understand the cave now? In fact, if you say, perhaps that is the all expansive cave in which the whole universe existing.